Massive night of boxing here in Newcastle on Saturday night. Savannah Marshall defends her WBO middleweight title against Hermans. Now, Matt, Savannah Marshall's putting a lot on the line here, really, with this big fight hovering with Claressa Shields. What are you expecting from Savannah?
Look, I'm expecting that we're going to see another top-class performance because she's looked really good lately. It's like, I don't know, it's like her confidence or self-belief has just gone to another level, and with that, her performances have gone to another level. She's looked devastating, she really has, and you know, we're hoping we'll see another blistering performance. You know, huge puncher, and I'm expecting a knockout. I think the biggest thing for me to guard it, the biggest potential banana skin in all of this for Savannah is complacency. This is a tactical piece, but for me, it's not really about tactics. I think Savannah's superior and can probably win it whatever way she wants. Sure. I think the biggest thing is that the mindset is right, that she doesn't, you know, everyone's talking about Claressa Shields, and you're human at the end of the day, and your focus can get shifted. So I think for Savannah now, these last few days, she's just got to make sure that she doesn't get that focus, because people are going to be asking her, what about Claressa Shields, what about this, what about that, and she's human, so your focus gets swayed. So she's just going to try and make sure that she keeps it on Herman, because Herman, you know, former world champion, she's the current European champion, she can fight.
Yes, I mean, it's an interesting fight. I mean, Marshall has previously, in the past, she's had confidence issues, hasn't she? As an amateur, she always done really well in one big competition, crashed out of the next one because of that pressure on her shoulders. She seems to have overcome that now, and that's developed her as a fighter. You know, since she's got that confidence, Peter Fury, I think, has done a great job of her. She's developed as a fighter, and I think we've seen her performing in recent times, possibly the hardest hitting pound-for-pound woman at the moment. And that's down to her relaxation, the way that she switches. She makes things very, very difficult. She's tall for a middleweight. She's got very long levers. We see Hermans before when she boxed. Claressa Shields is a great one to use because that's where we can compare it.
They're going to compare, aren't they?
They're going to compare. Now, Claressa Shields, she was sort of controlling the fight and she was working well, but Hermans was having her successes as well. She's very tough. She switches from orthodox to southpaw like Savannah does as well. I think the problem that Hermans is going to have in this contest is that when she comes in, she crosses her feet over and her chin comes quite high. Now, Savannah can whack, can't she? Because of the relaxation, because she's so relaxed, she really does whack. And I think that's where Hermans is going to have the problem. And I agree with you. I think that it's only complacency that can lose Savannah the fight.
Yeah, look, you know, some fights, it's like, get out, take the centre of the ring, or it's like, you know, don't let this girl set, keep offsetting them because they need to get set to punch, but you just keep touching them, keep feinting them, keep offsetting them, you know, keep them turning, move around the ring, make them, you know, have to readjust, reset. That, you know, that's a tactical piece. With Savannah, she's so relaxed. It's, you know, she moves here. She's not really, I don't see it being that type of a fight. I think she'll just get the read of her. She'll get the timing of her, gauge the distance.
Just grow into it.
Yeah, and she's got good variety. Like you say, she can go left, right. And I think, you know, if she performs how she has been, I think she'll break her down and take her apart. The way she's been performing. Not just, and even like you said up there about how the confidence, I can even see that in her interviews. Obviously, we've seen it in the performance in the ring, but even outside of the ring, the way she holds herself and conducts herself, when she kind of put it on Claressa Shields a little bit in the post-fight interview, you know, you can see her personality's coming out now, where she was very shy before, but now, you know, it's coming across better, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be a big fight on Saturday night. Savannah Marshall puts it all on the line. Her WBO middleweight title against Hermans, who has everything to gain here in an intriguing contest. Great fight on the undercard as well. Florian Marku against Jenkins. Now, this is a coming-of-age fight for Florian Marku, really, isn't it? I mean, Jenkins is a former British champion. You know, he's competed at that level. He's very tough. We see him beating Julius Indongo in his last fight. Admittedly, Indongo was past his best, former world champion. But Jenkins still looked good, looked solid. But Florian Marku, really, he's got this flow about him at the moment. You know, he's oozing confidence. How do you see this one, Matt? How do you see this one going?
Look, Chris Jenkins is probably the unluckiest boxer in Britain. If it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the injuries, the cuts, and everything.
Yeah.
And you kind of root for someone like that. You know, and he was good against Indongo. He's, you know, in the twilight of his career.
Yeah.
Marku is a character. loads of personality, great talker, sells loads of tickets. Not a massive puncher, but he's absorbing, entertaining to watch, throws lots of punches, nice movement. There's always a nice flow to him. He looks effortless. He doesn't load up or he doesn't try and force it. He lets it happen. You know, was successful in other combat sports. So he's got a tough guy. Durability there, knows how to pace the rounds, etc. He's moving along nicely, and he's the sort of guy, like I say, not that it doesn't matter to us who wins, we're impartial, but like you root for a guy like Chris Jenkins because you think that guy deserves a bit of luck. Then you also root for a guy like Marku because he's charismatic and
he's got a lot of charisma.
And you need that, and we need that. The sport boxing needs those kind of characters, those people. So I think it'll be a good fight.
I mean, it's an interesting fight in it because Jenkins is in the twilight of his career now, but also he's had like a second wind, hasn't he? He's like, you know, he seems to have developed like a fine wine. He's gone out there and in his last couple of fights, he's actually looked good. And you're right in what you say, Matt. He's got skin like rice paper, but he has, isn't he? He's one of those guys that really cuts up. Marku's got a high volume of punches. He comes forward, but he can have a little bit of complacency sometimes. Marku, as he comes forward and he throws those shots, he sometimes forgets about what's coming back to him. Now,
I'm not sure Jenkins got the power to turn it around.
He's got that experience, though, and he's got that. He's in a good place. I mean, who would you say is favourite in it?
I think Marku's favourite. I do. He's got the momentum in his career. You know, it's with him a little bit, isn't it? The flow of his career. He's moving forward. He's had that one draw, which I thought he won. His confidence is growing. He's with Grant Smith up in Sheffield. It's everything to him. Jenkins looked like he was out the door with boxing. He's in out. And although he's coming off a win and a good win, I don't know. You know, how many times can he keep going back there? I'm not sure.
Yeah, another interesting fight here on the undercard. Chris Jenkins and Florian Marku go at it on Saturday night.